Welcome to Primetime Live with Coach Kary, your fitness and well-being advisor for thePause. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Miss Brooke Chambers. She is a speaker, a certified peer support specialist, and the community mental health advisor for thePause Technologies. For 6 years, she has served as a member of the Working Group for the Mental Health of Black Canadians, established by Public Health Agency Canada to address mental health disparities in Black communities across Canada. Brooke, I'm so happy to have you here today. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Kary. Thanks for asking me to be here today. Good to see you.
Let's start with your story because you were thrown into sudden menopause because of a surgical transition into menopause. How did that show up for you?
Uh, I can say it was one of the scariest times of my life when you don't know what's going on with yourself and you don't understand, and uh, sudden changes in your body. So, for example, the thing that happened to me, which made me have the surgery, was severe bleeding that would not stop, that kept going for not just days on end, months on end, where I'm wearing a pad, wearing a tampon, and those pull up day diapers, so to speak, right? I had to wear all of those things while I was doing my job. And at the time, it was 21 years ago this happened. I was 34 years old. I was a successful financial planner. I had been doing that career for 7 years of my life, and I had built a huge client base. And here I am having symptoms of mood swings,
Mm.
having symptoms of hot flashes, not sleeping, and having this period that was never ending. So I had no choice but to go to the doctor and say, hey, this isn't right. I'm not okay. I'm exhausted. And the solution was um, have a hysterectomy. So at 34, you know, all I can think of is just stop the periods, stop,
Yeah.
stop the pain that I'm feeling. And that's all I could think about because I knew I didn't want to have more children. So, anyways, you have a surgery, removes my uh, uterus, but it actually did leave my ovaries. Here's the thing, I didn't understand back then what all of this meant in the first place.
Mm.
So, we know when you stop your period, we say you are in menopause.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, your hormones dictate whether you're in menopause or not.
Mm-hmm.
But my hormones were all awry. That's what we do know. So it's actually it was hard to tell whether I was or not.
Mm.
And that's me looking. That's me now knowing this information and then looking back. And what I realize is how many women go through surgery and they could have a full hysterectomy, and it's absolutely immediate without question,
Mm-hmm.
questionable but probable, if
Mm.
that makes sense, because I was already in perimenopause from what I understand as I look back at
Mm-hmm.
my doctor's records. So, what a terrible situation. And because of that, everything went wrong.
Mm.
I could not focus at work. I did not recover from my surgery. Everything went wrong.
Mm.
So, I had to go off on disability. So, I'm the woman who goes off work because of these very severe scenario
Mm.
of pause. And surgically, yes. And also the other, yes.
Mm.
So it's actually hard to say, was it menopause? It's menopause from hormones, put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the surgery did a lot to me too.
Yeah. So, what are the stats about women in the workforce as they navigate perimenopause and menopause? I know you have a lot of stats. Share with us some stats about women in the workforce.
Well, you know what? 80% of women experience symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. That's 80%. That's a lot of women, and it does affect their life. And 1 in 10 leave the workforce just as I did. So it's a low number that leaves the workforce, but it's still a lot for that to happen. And less than 30% have any kind of less in the workforce when people leave. they don't have policies in place to
Mm,
assist the situation. And women are working everywhere,
yeah.
right? And they're in finance. I mean, I used to be a police officer too. I know there were no policies there as well to assist us to go through things. And the thing is, Black women are found to experience more severe symptoms
Mm-hmm.
than any other race. And
Mm,
that's based on the SWAN study.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that anyone can look up. It's been an ongoing study for many years. Um, so my symptoms are severe, and I think I'm one of those people that just have gone through all the statistics. To be honest with you, I'm the 1 in 10, and then some.
Yeah. And when just thinking of your story, nobody really prepared you for any of this, did they? And then when it actually happened, was there any support at work? Like,
Um, what support at work, not specific to menopause, but I guess it was when people go off work, having just a regular person that you can talk to, but nobody understood what this was.
mm-hmm.
This was so like everyone's waiting for me to come back. I'm waiting to come back. I want to do my job. I have clients that I'm looking after.
Mm-hmm.
I do $60 million in assets for other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't come back. It's just not happening. And so it's a loss of money. That's
Mm-hmm.
not just for me, but it's a loss of money for a company. And when you look at the loss of money for a company, it's like 3.3 billion in income annually due to reduced hours, lower pay,
Wow.
and leaving just as I did. So that's 540,000 lost workdays for women.
Wow.
And that's a lot of money down the tubes. So we have to understand this because we will all go through this situation, meaning we're all going to go through perimenopause and menopause unless we pass away first. There is
Right.
no other way through
Mm-hmm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if 80% of us have symptoms like memory and focus and fatigue and emotional regulation and periods that are all over the place, this is really serious.
Yeah, like you think if I've been building my career and I'm supposed to be in this prime time of life, my kids are, probably in university, my parents are aging, and all of a sudden this happens. Like, what is the impact on the careers? What is the impact on women at this time of life?
I mean, like I said, that impact is you losing your ability to do the things that you knew how to do, right? And it may be that you have to make a career change because you can't work in a certain field, or you have to work different hours, or you just have to find something that is more appropriate for the situation, and less people in the workforce can support you by
Mm,
giving you more breaks, or having you work at home,
mm.
or having air conditioning placed for you, which right now I could have more air conditioning in this space that I'm in because I feel the hot coming on. It's happening right now.
How good is this? We're having a little hot flash.
I don't know, but it's happening right now. If I look all, glowy, I mean, I usually have glowy skin, but it's going to be more glowy as we go through this year.
That's great. You gotta like embrace it,
I know
embrace the
what you
glow,
mean.
right?
Wait, wait.
My chest gets red.
This is crazy. Like, we're talking about this, and here we go.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go viral with our hot. We're hot.
You're
For a
hot. We are
different
very hot.
reason. I'm not wearing my bikini today. I'm not that kind of hot.
Okay.
So things are changing though, I hope, because there's more information than ever before, especially I see in the last like 5 years. I mean, experts are talking about it. Social media seems to be just full of it now. Menopause is getting a lot of attention. Are you seeing anything change for people when it comes to support in the workplace or mental health supports? Like, are there anything coming new down the pipeline for us?
Well, here's what I think about when you ask this question. I remember myself as a young girl, and the person I heard speaking about menopause and perimenopause was Suzanne Summers.
Mm.
Salem Summers was someone I watched all the time because I love that show that she was on, Three's Company,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So every decade, there'll be women talking about menopause.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening is we're in momentum in terms of, we're getting into momentum in terms of people talking about it, because the
Mm-hmm.
more we talk about it, now we're talking about it to my daughter. She understands this now.
Mm-hmm.
She may not be feeling it, but she'll get it
Mm-hmm.
as we're having these conversations. So the answer is yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's better, but no, it needs to be better.
Mm.
And there's organizations doing wonderful things, the Menopause Society, the Menopause Foundation, and obviously the Pause.
Mm-hmm.
We have done something incredible here to
Mm.
have an app
Yeah.
that supports women. It's like the friend that's on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
right? That you literally go, hey, what is happening to me today? And you're taking are you okay today?
Mm-hmm.
I love gauging every day, what am I actually feeling?
Mm-hmm.
And then being able to look back
Yes.
and say, where was I? Because I don't remember this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who does, unless you chart your situation and how you're feeling,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the thing about menopause right now, we're on the cusp of creating all these new things,
Mm-hmm.
new conversations, new topics come up around it, things that we've never said before, having understanding like we've never had understanding. So there's so many things that I feel excited about. And that's one of the reasons I took a course in diversity, equity, inclusion
Mm-hmm.
and have become certified in it, because even though I talk about issues with mental health, I talk about issues of race, but now I'm including the conversation about menopause,
Mm-hmm.
because that in itself, to me, needs to be at the forefront of conversations in every workplace. Because if you have a woman, everybody will have this issue.
And thankfully, we have the Pause app, and you can download the Pause app at the App Store. It's available on your iPhone, on Android. And like Brooke was saying, you have a daily check in there, and you can see, like, if you go sit down with your healthcare provider, you can literally say, here's what's been going on over the last month. I love in there too, we have a gratitude checker, exercise checker, whether or not I've, had my liquids, my water for the day. So the Pause app, I can't speak more than enough about it. And it would be great when more workplaces have that as like a benefit option for women to have. And then it'll just be so much more information that is available for sure. What can women in the workforce do? So you, as a police officer and as a financial advisor, I know you went through a lot with both of those workplaces.
Yeah.
Just thinking back on your own experience, like if someone right now is listening to this interview and they're at work and they're wearing a tampon plus a pad plus pull-up depends, or they're going through a hot flash at work and they're trying to get their work done, or their brain fog is kicking in. Is there anything we can do to mitigate some of these negative experiences? What other things do you recommend, or what's important?
Honestly, I think my best advice is, you're not alone, even though you might think you are.
Mm,
And that speaking up and saying what is happening to you is helpful to you and to the people around you, to say, this is what it is. I have said very recently, I just said it to you, I'm having a hot flash, and this is what it looks like. I can't help it. It is what it is. Instead of hiding and shrinking and, you know, turning off your camera when maybe you're online, or you're just saying, listen, I need to excuse myself, but this is what's happening to me. Because I think people are more supportive than we think.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And when you can speak up for yourself and advocate for yourself, you let go of the shame, because there's stigma around the conversation of menopause, just as there is stigma around the conversation of mental health. And these two things to me are, go together because
Mm-hmm.
we feel bad
Yeah.
about ourselves when we have these symptoms that change how we think and what we do.
Mm.
Um, so we could stop the stigma by opening up. It might be scary,
Mm-hmm.
and you literally might be scared because you don't know what's happening to you. But I will say this app can help you.
Mm.
It can tell you the things that you want to know if you weren't able to speak to your doctor. Because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who has their doctor on speed dial. Some of us do because we are here. But those that are not here with the pause specifically, they would have to, go to their doctor and make an appointment. And I really encourage everyone to talk to your doctor, but not all of them are trained in
Mm.
menopause and perimenopause, are they?
No.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they might not know the answer. So if they don't know the answer, ask Harmony,
Mm-hmm.
ask AI agent for some information. And honestly, it is worth it for the $29.99
Mm-hmm.
to purchase this app. You're going to feel a lot better because you have information right at your fingertips, because that information was by people who are trained in perimenopause and menopause.
Mm-hmm.
Board of advisors, our founders, they're mostly women. That's what you get. You get women answering your questions who actually know the answers,
Yes. Yes.
right?
I love
And
using
know how
Harmony.
you feel.
Yeah.
Like, when you like, I remember always thinking, Kary, I'd rather have a woman to talk to her because I felt better, because I felt that she would understand me better.
Mm.
That's
Right.
why I did it. Not for any other reason that I don't think a man could be great, because they are,
Mm-hmm.
but because you felt it and you understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Brooke, for all your insights and your story. It was a great opportunity to hear some of your background and just know that we're all more alike than we're different, and every woman is going to be going through it at some point. And to just, put down those shields that we put up and try to be so tough and, we're okay and nothing's going to get at us. But sometimes you just need to let your guard down and share, like you said. I love that tip. That was a great piece of advice. And there's nothing wrong with telling some people that, hey, this is what's going on right now. And people usually will say, gotcha, we got your back. So thank you so much, Brooke, for coming on today and for sharing all that wealth of wisdom and your story. And we'll see you later in the pause.
Thanks, Kary.